So next step for me was putting in the trench lines for the downspouts and for the electrical line to the fountain. So rented one of these suckers. I did have the electrical company and the utilities come out and look for lines long before I started doing this. Unfortunately, they missed the cable line, and I did cut through that, so no Disney Channel tonight for us. I will have to go get that fixed, but the lines are mostly done. Of course, I'm going to need to fine-tune things. I'm going to dig from this section to the house myself, but the rest of it is largely done once I clean out all the roots. So still some work to do, but I got some of the heavy lifting done without heavy lifting. So the Pacific Northwest is having a heat wave and one of the hottest days in the area in a very long time. So, you know, I thought, what the hell, let's dig a hole. The dogs are inside with the air conditioner laughing their asses off, and I'm out here doing this. And there we have a hole. The grade's too steep there for me to take that thing in and finish over there. I'm a little shallow on the far end, so I'll have to do the rest of that by hand. And then of course level it and smooth out the sides, and so yeah, that got me quite a ways, but I've got a ways to go. Day 2 of the project, and I have the downspout rerouted there and ready to go into the ground there as soon as it finishes curing. I'll just have to do a small extension on that side to get actually into the garden, and that one is ready to go, just needs to be put in the ground, which I will do in the morning. And you can see I'm already starting to level out the bottom of the bed. The goal is to have 2 feet of combination native soil and compost at the very bottom as a base, and then I'm going to have about 8 inches of space for the water to actually collect. So tomorrow is going to be a lot of digging and moving dirt around, and we'll see where we get. Okay, I'm on day 4 of this project. I admit it doesn't look a whole lot different from day 2 and 3. However, there is quite a bit that's been done. I finally got the downspouts rerouted, and I got the electrical run for the fountain. So anyway, I got interrupted there. Had a neighbor stop by and ask what the hell I was doing with my yard. But anyway, downspouts have been rerouted. Electrical's been run. This was my electrician's suggestion, would be to run the electrical through ABS so that it's protected, and there's the little connection there, and then that has to be redirected a little bit so it's not pointing directly at the fountain and contaminating the fountain water. And that one I have to cut and shorten just a little bit, but then it's basically ready. And downspout number 1 is rerouted. Downspout number 2 back there is rerouted. I also had to fix my cable snafu, which that was done. And so yeah, here's my giant hole in the yard. So the rest of the day and tomorrow is going to be grading, putting back in a combination of native soil and compost, and then getting that to about 8 inches from the ground level. And you can kind of see the white line on the echo box in the fountain. That's about where the soil will go when it's done. And then we move on to planting and mulch, and we'll be done. Hopefully neighbors will want all of this dirt. On to the next step. Compost is going in. We're getting close. So here we are, the end of the second week. A lot of that time in between my last update was getting it leveled and putting dirt back in it. And all the plants that we have so far are in a somewhat of a final position. We'll do some more positioning over the weekend when we plant, and then see how things go. It's July right now, not the best time to be planting, so we'll see how things take shape, and in the fall we'll potentially add a few more things depending on how it looks. So the only step left at this point is planting and putting on the weed cover, which are those boxes, and mulch to protect everything. So I'll do one final update once all that's done. So hi to the neighbors. And here we go, final stretch. Everything is planted. Apologize for not showing that. My lovely wife did that while I was away for the weekend at a conference. But the next step is the weed control, which is that stuff, cardboard, and then mulch, and still gotta get rid of that stuff. But yeah, we're almost there.